Alright, we're rolling.
Look, dressed in fatigues, I rep the East with my trustees, smoking on.
Welcome back. Got an episode 4 here with my guy 40. What's up? What's up? So, how you been, man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. You already know, blessed to say the least. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'm good.
For sure. So, what's quarantine been like for you?
For the most part, I mean, it hasn't been, as terrible as everybody makes it, but because I sit at home anyways, you know what I'm saying? I'm more of a just go out, handle my business, come back home, post up at the crib and chill, you know what I'm saying? So,
For sure.
I mean, as far as everything being closed down and everything, it don't affect me that much, so.
For sure. You feel like it's been too early for cause Brothers open back up, there's other bars opening back up. How you feel about that?
That's just, I feel like they're doing it the right way, I guess. I mean, it's more of a, if people feel like they're comfortable enough, you know what I'm saying, to go out and have fun and they're ready to get out the house, then that's on them, you know what I'm saying? And then it's the other side who feel like maybe it's too soon, but you get the option at least to, you don't have to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can stay home. So as far as everything else, I feel like it's just an opinion type thing. Like if you might feel like you want to go out there tonight, you know what I'm saying, and enjoy yourself. Me, I might feel like I don't want to go out there and, you know what I'm saying, catch something and then bring it back home to the babies or my mama, you know what I'm saying? So
Right. I feel like people being kind of selfish about it just because you want to have fun don't mean other people ain't been affected by it and, stuff like that.
yeah. No, I get that too though. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but yeah, I feel like if we just gonna go cut straight to the chase, then I feel like it's too soon.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like they could have kept it closed. Keep everything like that shut down for another couple months, man.
Mm-hmm.
That virus didn't disappear.
Right.
It didn't just disappear out of thin air, man. So
For sure. So, what's your opinion on toxic relationships?
on toxic relationships.
Toxic, yeah. You feel like it's healthy?
Do I feel like a toxic relationship is healthy?
Can it be healthy?
Can it be healthy?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's healthy. I feel like it teaches you a lot. I feel like it'll teach you a lot about life. It's gonna teach you a lot about yourself. So, I mean, I wouldn't advise anybody, you know what I'm saying, that's in a toxic relationship to just stick it out because, my situation or your situation or the next situation that toxic situation turned out to be good. My advice wouldn't be to stay in that situation. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you've been there long enough, you want to stick through it, then yeah. But I mean, when it becomes physical and, babies are involved and around, then no, I don't, you know what I'm saying? And even if babies aren't around, when it becomes physical, you know what I'm saying? Or the words become to cut so deep that it make you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you worthless, bruh. Like at that point, you can't tell me that you're still in love because, in my opinion, love don't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You can be in love with somebody and everything that they do could upset you, but that's only because that's who you eat, sleep, drink, think. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's who you want to be with. You know what I'm saying? So it might make you a little crazy in the head, but as far as toxic, you know what I'm saying, that's usually in our day and age. I can't speak on, what happened in our parents, but as far as what we go through, it's more of women these days are narcissists, bro. They don't understand that they are not perfect in every situation. I'm not here to bash women today, you know what I'm saying? But they got to understand too, like, they always want us to put the shoe on the other foot, but I feel like a lot of the times these days, it ain't 50-50 no more. I mean, they might be fed up, but I'm telling you why they're in toxic relationships. Because, I mean, how can we have, I don't know, 1-2 billion worth of women and a lot of y'all are single and y'all say it's because my toxic trait, you know what I'm saying? Cause I got a big heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Every woman is not a good person. A man is not going to mess up what he ain't going to find again. So, you know what I'm saying? When he's in a relationship with a good woman and he knows he's a good woman and he know that if somebody else get in his position, he gonna be sick. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be upset about that. So
For sure.
He ain't gonna mess that up. So it's gotta be something going on. Now, I'm not saying it's always the woman's fault, but come on, man. y'all gotta take some of the blame too. A lot of the times, you know, women don't like to apologize. They don't like to see when they are wrong. So, but it's also the guys who there's the guys out there who get extra serious in their relationship, but they're cheaters too.
Right.
So you can't do both.
Right.
That'll never work out. It's always got to be, if you want a real relationship, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be 50-50.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So, you think that you learn more being single as far as women? Or do you think you learn more when you're in that actual relationship?
My personal experience is me being in a relationship, because over the years, obviously, you see I don't be, you know, not really the single type. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I've only been in a few, easily count on one hand, you know, serious relationships I've been in. And the ones that I have been in, it teaches me a lot about women, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of sheep in wolf's clothing, you know what I'm saying? They put that on that they're, you know, good people and sweet person and a good heart, and you know, it don't always work out like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not the guy to act like, you know what I'm saying, I didn't bring my problems to the table too, but got one or two more, but I'm a good dude, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but what I've learned is you learn women when you date them, because that's when you spend, like, you know what I'm saying, if I'm spending all my time with you and I'm around you every day, I learn you, you know what I'm saying, I study you, you know what I'm saying, I learn, you know, your movements, your facial expressions, you know what I'm saying, your huffing and puffing, what make you mad, what make you happy, what make you sad, you got to pay attention to that.
Right.
So I feel like if you single, you ain't really, you know what I'm saying, you just going, you know what I'm saying, probably just doing your thing when you're single. You ain't really, you can date, yeah, but you really, I learn women when I'm dating one and I can study it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's been for me, though.
So what's like the biggest thing you think you've learned, like, in a relationship about yourself?
Love don't hurt. If somebody can make you feel like the absolute, you know, at the end of the day, they make you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you might not want to be here no more, or you worthless, or, you know what I'm saying, you ain't no good. How can you wake up the next day, even though everybody got their own explanation, but how do you wake up every day and feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm in love with this person, like, this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with. I can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I put up with years, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to go into that, but, you know, I put up with years of toxic stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I learned when you happy and you in love, bruh, it's natural. You know what I'm saying? It show. We ain't got to put 1,000 pictures on social media.
Right.
You know, it's got to be on, you know, Snapchat. We don't always got to be tagging each other and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because behind this, off the camera, it's real here. You know what I'm saying? So I just learned that the time that I got to stay single before I got with my current one, you know what I'm saying, my current girl, I found myself, you know what I'm saying? I had never took the time. First, I used to be scared to be by myself, you know what I'm saying? So then I took the time to kind of figure out who I was, what I liked, what I wanted in the future, what did I want to get on, who I want to get on one knee for. And we stayed friends for 3 months, you know, and I was ready. And that's when I asked her, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't rush into it this time. You know what I'm saying? I kind of figured out what I wanted. I realized I wasn't going to settle for less.
Right.
And I love it here, to say the least, you know what I'm saying? So,
for sure. Sure. Over here making me jealous. So I think a lot of times, to speaking of social media, I feel like a lot of times couples feel like they need that validation. That's why they, you know, they want to be posted all the time. They want to be, you know what I'm saying? So you think that can affect the relationship?
It definitely does. Everybody matures, I guess, at different ages. So I guess you gotta make sure the person feels what you feel. So like, if there's somebody that always wants to be put on social media, a guy like me, this is me personally, I would feel like, are you trying to impress an ex? You know what I'm saying? Who are you? Why do we always gotta be on Snapchat? You know what I'm saying? I love you to death and you know this. So why do I always gotta, you know what I'm saying, take the time out of my day? Which it wouldn't bother me. It doesn't bother me, by the way. This isn't me. I'm just saying. Like, this is what I would think, like, in general. If you would always want to be on social media, I feel like you're trying to get validation from somebody, or you're trying to, you know, make somebody upset. But if you need reassurance on love, and if I love you, we don't have to do it by posting pictures. You know what I'm saying? So it comes natural. Like, I don't know, some girls and guys are different. Like, you gotta know what you want. So I feel like a lot of girls waste their own time. Like, y'all go for guys who you might want him to be your profile picture on social media, but he's not that kind of guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And deep down inside, girls see the red flags a lot of the times, and they say that might be yellow or something. You know what I'm saying? They don't necessarily take the signs. So
Right. Or they think they can like maybe
or they think they can maybe fix him, and sometimes you can't. But you got to be a strong woman. You know what I'm saying? You got to be prepared to put the work in for that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You can't wait to think that in a month or two he's gonna be ready to post you and everything when he's not used to that. If he's flashy, he's fly with his money and everything, maybe he don't want a woman on his side like that. You could be his girl, maybe his man, whatever, but he might not be ready to do that yet. So that's gonna upset you, but you knew how he was coming from the beginning. So that's partially on you. Now, do guys say they slick words and they players and everything? Of course, but
For sure.
if you're being serious and this is who you want to be with, at the end of the day, you know when you say, okay, let's be in a relationship, you know what you're getting into. For the most part, but people are sneaky.
You gotta, yeah, that's true.
So I can't just say that because I want everybody out there like, no, he's wrong. But for the most part, I feel like if you take enough time and you don't rush anything and you become friends first and you spend those long nights, on FaceTime and you text every day and you go, maybe a movie, to dinner and everything.
Right.
And you got to get to figuring out who you want to, who this person is before you decide to date them.
Okay.
But toxic relationships, definitely a no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So last relationship question.
Okay.
Is there any coming back from cheating?
Yeah, there is. And I'm not saying that because I'm a man. This is
that's what they're gonna say.
Now listen, this is what I'm gonna say. Okay, let me break it down. Yeah and no.
Okay.
Because I won't cap. I mean, they're gonna say I'm contradicting myself or whatever, but this is my opinion. Men and women, in a sense, cheat differently. Most women who respect themselves, if they go cheat with a man sexually, that was thought out. I wouldn't know, I got drunk and this was actually, they had the eye on him at some point. They always thought he was saying something. He always been in their ear, something. Right. So they didn't thought it out. So if they sleep with him, can they mess up and be like, okay, like I was going through something, you was on bullshit, you hurt my feelings, I fucked up, I'm sorry. It happens. And people get back together, guys accept that, and they live long, happy lives, have kids, and get married, whatever. But me, you don't trip and fall in the bedroom, dog. So, I mean, can a woman come back from that? I mean, I'm going to tell y'all for real. Y'all might not like this, but 90% of men going to say they don't think that they can accept if a woman, you feel me, sexually was active with a man and comes back with apologies. Now, do men get to get out of this? No, but this is how men think. Men think, like they think on impulse. If they get into an argument with that girl and she say, get out of my house, I don't want you here tonight, go stay somewhere else. If he got somebody there that's like, okay, well, you know what, I'll pick you up, I'm outside. Girls like to go live and everything with it. Somebody there to pick him up outside. He go and stay with a shorty that night. You hear about this later on, you upset about it. Nah, you went, but you put me out. So what position was I in to, to get, I don't know what I was supposed to do. Like, you told me to leave, so I left. So was that technically cheating? We didn't break up, but you made me leave. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that's more of a to each his own. It's a different scenario for everything, but I feel like, on both sides, if it happens once, you can probably come back for it. You can come back from that because you can regret that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I said, you could be trying to kick it with somebody just because you're down and you're having a hard time with maybe the time that you guys are taking to figure out what you want to do when somebody gets you drunk off the right drink. And they put enough, y'all get off the stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you guys have a few drinks and one thing lead to another, you know what I'm saying? Just because out of heartbreak, I didn't mean to, I just was looking for somewhere that's just how some people are. But then you got people out there that's like, there's no way.
Right.
Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Right. And then also going back to the way females cheat compared to the males, it's like, cause I've always learned if a girl cheat, it's kind of out of emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna feel something after that.
Exactly.
As men, we could go out, hypothetically, I ain't saying I'm a cheater. We could hypothetically go to a girl's house, get a nut off, and I'm back. I'll cut you that night till y'all leave that same night. It's not like I'm going
I never
out
think
there
about
to-
you again and put you on a block list. I would never speak to you again. I would act like you do not exist.
Right.
Women cannot do that.
Never.
There's women out there that'll argue all day long and say, oh, I can do that, I can do that, I definitely can. If a man does you how he's supposed to do you when you in that bedroom, that one night, you ain't gonna forget about it.
Right.
You ain't just gonna say forget it. Because if a man put his all into you during that, if he don't just, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to get too explicit, but when you have the right intimate sex, bruh, you ain't just gonna cut him off that next day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, like a man can go out there and maybe blow some steam off and do that. You know what I'm saying? And forget about it. Aside from a woman, like I feel like if she gonna go do something like that, it's something about that man that she liked,
Right.
that you lacked.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good point.
and they gotta, I'm ready to be lashed at and attacked for this. But
That's the truth.
that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying on that scenario, on that situation.
Facts. So, being in Muncie, living in Muncie, what you think is either the most toxic thing about it, or what do you think is holding our city back as far as like
The thing that divides us the most is people are fake, man, and not even in the sense of like just doing backstabbing things or being sneaky. It's just more of like it's fake love. Don't nobody, they might get on there on social media, on Facebook every day and say, I love to see my people eat. They might want to see us eat, but they don't want to see you eat more than them.
right?
Me, I'm different. If I got $200,000 and I got a right hand man, you know what I'm saying, and we do everything together. We locked in. We done tied our bread, 200,000, 500,000. I want my mans to have 250, 100. You know what I'm saying? We gonna eat equally. We do this together. You know what I'm saying? And sad to say, man, there's some guys out in our city that believe in eating together, but for the most part, everybody want to be better than the next. Once we realize, man, it's a game they playing, man. That us young, we get some dudes out here with some money, some young brothers, and you know what I'm saying. We got some money out here, so if everybody sat down and really stop hating and want to rob and quit being bums, you know what I'm saying, and really set a plan and get to some money, we could do it. But it seems like everybody right now got to get up out of Muncie. Right now, like they want to call it a black hole to go get successful because they feel like it's just a city full of, you know what I'm saying, people that's just blood sucking or wave riding. So, but me, I love Muncie, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got love for me and I got love for them, you feel me? But
For sure.
do I feel like I can succeed out of Muncie? Yeah, because can't nobody stop nothing I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't move me enough. I got a whole family and kids that I'm worried about. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody stop me from what I'm doing. I'm on straight go mode right now. You know what I'm saying? And can't nobody step in between that right now. You know what I'm saying? What you doing, I don't care how much money you got or what you got going on. It ain't big enough for what I got planned. So if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, trying to help me, you know what I'm saying, put a piece in the puzzle and get out of my, you know what I'm saying, I ain't got time for you. And I don't need nobody to believe in me because I got a team and I know who behind me. So
For sure.
it's only what you make it. And I don't care what city you in, what town you in. I don't feel like you should have to go city to city to get opportunity to get better jobs and more money. Yeah, you might have to go to bigger cities. I get that. But you shouldn't have to move to a bigger place to expand your mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's small-minded people don't feel you, you do your own thing then. They gonna feel you eventually.
Right.
They gonna feel me, so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So as far as Muncie, I mean, we both know that there's people who are trying to make it out of here, you know what I'm saying, with their talent. So do you think local rappers and singers ain't like hit because they trash or because they just ain't got that push from their city?
That's 50-50 as well. Everything can go I mean, a lot of y'all are horrible. You know, I will say that. Keep working. I won't just say quit working because I think you're horrible. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have your own fan base.
Right, because think about it, Blueface horrible.
You know, but it's fan base. You know what I'm saying? It's what I think. You know what I'm saying? The next person might not think so. I ain't saying quit working, but some of y'all just ain't got it. And then it's a couple who do. and they got a nice little fan base. They pushing. You know what I'm saying? They gotta find somebody else that can, you know what I'm saying, put them on an even bigger platform, but keep working hard.
Right.
But as far as like, do we got talent here? We got some talent. We definitely do. But do we got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, clowns that just, you bored and you in the mirror and you thinking you doing something and it's not what you hearing, it's not what we hearing. So keep working to those type. But it's a few out here that's doing their thing, you feel me?
For sure.
And they gonna get their shine. Their time just ain't came. You keep working, you know what I'm saying? Look at most of the rappers that blow up, man. They from the hood. They from the streets, bro. So it ain't like that. They just hear, you know what I'm saying, white men in suits walking around trying to listen to their music. You just gotta keep grinding.
Right.
Keep critiquing your game.
Right.
Until your music's so good that everybody gonna feel you. Regardless, you gonna make them feel you. So I feel like when the right time comes, you gonna make it.
Right.
Keep working.
I also think, like, if you think about other cities, like, they also get, like, a big push from, like, their hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, they might have, for people in our city, they might have a little group that fuck with them, but when it comes to, like, getting your whole city behind you, you know what I'm saying? Like a Thug or, like, a Rod Wave, anybody, you know what I'm saying? They got the whole city. So I feel like, in a way, you gotta get that type of, you know,
But
commitment and love.
you do, but your music has to touch people though.
That is true. That's also
Rod
true.
Wave got a whole millions of people who feel his music on a different level. Like you see all the funny memes and little videos of
Right.
people crying listening to his music because you gonna feel what my boy is saying. You feel me?
For sure.
And then you know what I'm saying? Like I tell you, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Herbo is my favorite rapper. You feel me? So everybody might look like, man, how? You know what I'm saying? But you gotta feel his music. You know what I'm saying? You gotta feel where he's coming from. So if he tell a story and I feel it and I can put myself in that predicament, then you feel me? That's what I like to listen to. When I get away, when I decide to, you know, have my me time,
Right.
you feel me? And I'm banging my music and I'm turning up, I'm having a sip, you know, to drink or whatever I'm doing. I gotta feel you. I can't just listen to your music and think just because you're my homeboy, your music good. I gotta be like, okay, yeah, you talking.
Right.
I'm feeling what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Your music gotta touch people. That's why I say keep critiquing. You gotta keep working. People don't realize that. You think what you doing is hard, but there's people out there that's working 24/7 to get famous, get big. You know what I'm saying?
And taking chances and all that.
Exactly.
As far as moving away and, you know, trying to make something happen somewhere else.
Exactly. There's 1A and then I'll be like 1B, but they're still on the same platform. Will I give the big dog to MJ? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know what I'm saying, in his era, he did that. You know what I'm saying? I hate how everybody does that. Oh, if could he play in this era? It doesn't matter. It's what they did
Right.
at their time. Who was the greatest? And this is how I just look at it. So I don't want people like, nah, look at it. No, this is who was the greatest. Who did, you know what I'm saying, their thing. He did his thing in this era, you know what I'm saying? He went and won 6 titles. So, I mean, it ain't really a way that you can, there's no way that I can really choose between the two. And then I even put Kobe in there. You know what I'm saying? 1A, 1B, 1C.
Right.
We in there. They up there. They top tier.
Right.
I don't want to have to argue which one was just better. Because if you want to say who was the most dominant as far as like on the court, Michael Jordan was probably one of the most known, loved or hated superstar, you know what I'm saying, as far as sports.
Right.
Michael Jordan was that. They knew him in other countries, just like LeBron.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, it's Space Jam 2. That's, you know, LeBron making Space Jam 2.
Right.
What MJ did, you know what I'm saying? But if we're going with who's best off the court, I'm definitely got to go with who's the best man, you know, LeBron.
For sure.
Look at what he's done, you know what I'm saying? So it just depends on how you look at the aspect of basketball player. They both are amazing, bro. So I can't just put one person on top of the other, man. I'm putting them both up there. They can't get me in that. They can't make me choose one.
Yeah, I said that. Especially after watching that new documentary, man. I
Exactly.
think that's what changed me.
Exactly. Now, like I said, you might not have liked Jordan as a person. You know how he bullied everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he loved the game. So if you love the game, that's just, you can't, that's how it's going to be.
Facts.
So.
Facts, for sure. So who do you think is the best rapper?
Drake.
Ever?
Ever Wayne. Because Wayne, you know what I'm saying, put Drake on, so.
Yeah.
But did he take the torch and run with it?
Oh, yeah.
And handle his thing? And yeah, for sure. So, definitely going with Wayne and Drake, you know what I'm saying? Wayne definitely was he went to his little skateboard, rock and roll stage. But let's be real, you know Wayne, if he ain't your number one, I don't know what to tell you, but he number one. But, you know what I'm saying?
Right
Good
now.
runner-up, you feel me? It's Drake.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Wayne all time, but who gonna be the hottest and who done did his thing 10 plus? Is it 10, at least 10 plus?
Yeah,
You gotta give it to him, man, easily. Do we all got our favorite rappers? Yeah. Do we all got our opinions? Yeah, but you know numbers talk.
Facts.
So
who's your favorite to listen to?
you know what it is.
Herb.
It's gonna be Herbo. But then I'm also more of like a Rod Wave type too. And that, to some people, you know what I'm saying, they'd be like, oh, he's soft or he in his feelings, but it's like, that's the problem now, you feel me? We ain't allowed to express ourselves, you feel me, without us being soft. They don't make me soft because I feel what Brett's saying, you know what I'm saying? They make, if anything, that make you tougher, that you can get in touch with yourself like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, you know what I'm saying, might hurt you, or, you know what I'm saying, you comfortable enough to put it in the song to make other people feel comfortable with themselves, like you ain't by yourself when you feel like that. So,
Right.
you feel me? Yeah, Herbo is my favorite to listen to, but I also bang somebody like, you know what I'm saying, Rod at the same time. But if you ask me who I'm playing all days, Herb. Facts.
For sure. What's up? So as far as being a black man, do you feel like we need to pay more attention to black men in general? Because it seems like, in ways, we can't be looked at as vulnerable. We can't be looked at as having like emotions at all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes we have to be, hard shell. We have to be tough. We have to act like nothing bothers us at all.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like that's been a problem that like we have. Like it's like bad to express ourselves, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you feel towards like that, like the stigma of we gotta be hard all the time? We can't ever.
I mean, that's also more of a if you care about how people view you, you feel me? Like, I don't need validation from anybody to think that I'm tough or that I'm handling my business as a man. But if you feel like you're gonna stand on me, bro, you wrong, bro. You feel me? But I mean, as far as me being a funny guy and, you know what I'm saying, the guy to make everybody laugh all the time and smile and always in a good mood, you know what I'm saying? There's guys out there that might think, man, he ain't about nothing, man. He's soft. Okay, I mean, you can try it, you know what I'm saying? But one of us gonna lead us, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna be what you think. On relationships and, you know what I'm saying, you want my opinion on things. Why are you not in a relationship? And how long has it been since you've been in one, and why? That's a few questions.
Yeah, okay, all right, okay.
But that'll wrap us up.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so my last relationship was 5 years ago. Crazy. The reason why, and I mean, I ain't gonna hold nothing back, but I cheated. And I ain't gonna go into detail on why and blah, 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 blah. But it happened, you know what I'm saying? Made me think differently on myself and how immature I was at that certain period of time. You know what I'm saying? Because you could easily just been like, hey, like, it ain't working out. I got something I'm dealing with, let's just cut it out. And I feel like maybe she wouldn't have been as damaged as she was. But as far as that, why I'm single right now, it's just, I feel like I'm on a certain wavelength, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been girls that I've talked to, and like candidates and stuff like that, but it hasn't been someone that just catches my eye, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not looking for like the perfect woman, but at least be kind of sculpted towards me in a way, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so women try and everything, and you have you come even remotely close to someone that you might consider taking things to the next level, or no? It's just not something you're looking for right now.
I mean, at this very moment, no. I mean, will I like it? For sure, but like,
you got a lot going on.
Not even that. It's just like, what you want in your relationship. Do you want me because, you lonely, you want me because you want someone to post, you want me because you actually want like a meaningful thing.
So what you're saying is you want someone that comes undamaged. But in a sense is what you're saying.
Yeah,
like,
in a sense.
You want them to come prepared to love somebody else, which isn't a bad thing though.
For sure.
You want them to already be past maybe their hurt stage or their trusting stage, or come healed is what I'm saying. Like,
Right, in a way. And like, of course, like, we've all been through stuff. I just feel like at 24, like, I'm not getting in it to just date for 8 months and then call it quits. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm dating to marry, but at the same time, if I'm going to date you, then I'm looking for...
That should be the goal.
Right, yeah, that is the goal.
Honestly.
It should be the goal. It's just like, a lot of girls that have come my way, it's either it's a sex thing or we don't want the same thing, you know? And
is it usually because they force the issue, like they want to jump the gun, or
you're gonna get me in trouble? But 9 times out of 10, yeah, for sure. Okay. I just feel like
I just want to know your point of view on it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just feel like girls have definitely been clingy. That's one thing I hate is clinginess after one link up, one date. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. You want space,
for sure.
But that doesn't mean that they should stop and I'll go listen there and we can wrap it up. I won't say that just because you don't want clingy, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that they should wrap things up and immediately think I'm not the guy. I mean, I'm not the, you know what I'm saying, I'm not the girl, we're not good for each other, but more in the sense of they might be clingy to you, you know what I'm saying? You might not like that, but then how do they know the next man? He might have been used to someone who's always nonchalant and laid back.
That's true.
So he might want someone that's clingy. So I feel like all the time with dating, it just comes more of who was the perfect match for each other. Because when you try to it's just like a puzzle. If you try to put two pieces together that don't fit, it ain't gonna fit.
It's not gonna work.
So you feel me? If you can, you know what I'm saying, somebody got the same values as you and beliefs and views, then I feel like you should be able to work through anything. But if you see the red flags immediately and you're trying to fit a piece where it doesn't belong, then it's never gonna work out. But
right. And I just feel like, you know, to add on to it, we just kind of like in a hookup culture. Like, we just
everybody thinks everybody's playing everybody.
And we just want to feel like.
And a lot of the time, a lot of people are playing themselves because everybody's not like that. Right. And so you can miss out on a blessing or miss out on somebody that is ready for that. But you're thinking in your mind that they weren't, so you might do something yourself first, or, you know, you just might not put your all into it just because, you know, you don't think it's real. When you could be just doing it for yourself.
For sure. So, we'll see, man. But we're going to wrap it up, man. Thank you for coming through, my guy.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yes,
right enough. Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Thank y'all for listening.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
See y'all in the next episode.